All right, guys, today we're doing the CLINCH RIVER SWAYBACK from ROSECRAFT Blades, designed by Andy Armstrong. And what I'm doing right here, guys, I've got, you see the way this fits right there in the palm of my hand with this pinch grip, or actually in the finger grooves like that. Super comfortable. I'm going to Blackie Thomas's gathering at the end of this month, so I've got a bunch of fat wood from all over the United States. And all I'm doing, guys, is just putting it in little chips and getting some long, basically you can see right there, and you take a look at the knife. I wanted to open this way real quick just to let you know I've got to shoot this one a little bit different. I'm going to turn off the background noise. I've got 12 minutes of demonstration, actual demonstration time, but Megatron is out doing some pressure washing, and I didn't want you to listen to pressure washing the entire time through the video. So in this one, I'm not going back to the style. I used to turn the background noise completely off. I'm going to do that for this one, but just to spare you the pressure washing noise in the background. And I want to take a quick second to say thank you to Mr. Andy and to ROSECRAFT Blades. Man, I'm honored to be an ambassador. You guys need to know that up front. I am a brand ambassador, and I absolutely love ROSECRAFT Blades. The other thing you need to know is this. If I told you how many I bought, I'd be telling you a lie because I don't remember. But I know I've bought a buttload for giveaways and things like that. And I don't mind spending money with them because I like putting my money where my mouth is. And I love ROSECRAFT Blades. So here's the deal. Without any further ado, while I'm sitting here doing this, and you can probably hear the pressure washer some in the back. I got the microphone on for this one. We're going to jump to the video. We're going to do our normal intro and all that. It is the CLINCH RIVER SWAYBACK, designed by Andy Armstrong, D2 steel, bourbon bone handle scales. Let's jump into the video. And just remember this, I love y'all. Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. A CLINCH RIVER SWAYBACK from ROSECRAFT Blades rendition. The SWAYBACK, and that's what we're going to call it from now on, has bourbon bone handle scales, D2 steel. It was designed by Andy Armstrong. The damn thing is uber comfortable in hand. When I pulled it out, I wasn't sure about it. When I first saw it, I wasn't sure about it. I thought it was gorgeous. I thought the handle scales were gorgeous, but I'm like, is this going to be easy to use? And people say, well, I can use it. Yeah, well, no, everybody's an expert. But here's the thing. There's a difference in using a knife, right, and using it in everyday tasks, and then trying to demonstrate, trying to review it. There are certain knives that make it easy to demonstrate and review. The CLINCH RIVER SWAYBACK from ROSECRAFT is one of those knives who make doing a demonstration, who make doing a review very, very easy on you. There's no hot spots, or I didn't find any hot spots. It's got a great working choil. Now, Donnie B ALL DAY'S did a video on this very knife. He did a review on this knife that I'm going to link in the description. Check that out. Before we get too far into it, guys, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere. That's why here we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Bets, we love you. You have a place here. You're welcome here. That's all that means. We're back to blue over here. We support live, all to the chagrin of many. How do you do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law. It's pretty simple. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. So, guys, I just wanted to do my normal stuff, my normal demonstration. When I get a knife in for review or demonstration, whatever the hell we call it, I like looking at it, and then I like to put a little thought into how I'm going to do it. Now, a lot of times I'll walk by, pick it up, and just go. But I've put thought into this demonstration, okay? I wanted to show cutting up some food. I wanted to show cutting up ratchet strap. I wanted to do a lot of my normal stuff. This is a slip joint, right? So does that change the game? Well, no, not really. It is a well-made, well-crafted knife. It has a great walk and talk on it. It's gorgeous. It came razor sharp. The blade geometry is on point. The balance is on point. See that handle right there, man? I know I've seen people say, well, it looks backwards. And nobody said it negatively, but man, it looks, listen, that little backwards look makes this thing one of the best using folders in my arsenal. I'm just telling you. Now we're going to do the Donnie B All Day All drop test, throw it at the stump test, miss the stump test, that kind of thing. We do this to check the balance, check the handle scales, see if the tip will hold up, see if there's any chipping, rolling, anything like that. With this being a slip joint, see if, you know, does it give? And if it did, we couldn't fault it, but it didn't. Held in there good. Again, it's got a great walk and talk. And then, there, I'm just showing you that the blade stayed straight, no damage to the tip, no warping, no rolling, nothing like that. And again, guys, that's stuff that you wouldn't do in normal everyday use. I understand that. We don't abuse knives, but we do a little harder use. We try to push it to the outer limits of knife use a little bit. One, just to show you the knife can do it. You know. Two, because it's fun. Let's just be honest, right? And it gives us a good look at the knife. Now, this knife right here, this to me is like a Sunday go to meeting. This is a traditional. I think I like my grandfathers, my great uncles, my step grandfather. There was an old man growing up in Hazelhurst. He took us in basically when we went there as a young family. My dad took a church in Hazelhurst, Georgia when he was 23 years old. And Brother James McLeod served in World War II. He was at the Battle of the Bulge, lost his hearing. Brother James gave me my first Barlow, gave me my first pocket knife. I think about James. I think about my grandfathers, both of them, when I think about these traditional style knives. So there's some nostalgia there. But then you throw in some modern materials. You throw in a designer like Andy Armstrong, who's a phenomenal knife designer. Has some great thoughts on it. You throw in a sharp edge, beautiful bourbon bone handles, and you got something that I'm proud to carry. Is this, now, this is like a Sunday go to meeting knife? Yeah. Is it pocket jewelry? Yeah. But it's highly functional, and hopefully you're tuning me out and just watching the damn demonstration, because look at that. Look at that fat wood. Look at that fat lighter. Man, we just taken that outer crust off, and that's just pure gold in there, son. All this is going to go with me to Blackie's. Now I'm getting a package ready for BC Gerbs too. I'm trying to get him some of that Florida lighter knot, getting it ready. But you see how easy with that, just that little bit of a pinch grip, that little bit of a fencing grip there, how easy this thing works. The handle and the choil, everything lines up and is conducive to use. And that's what we focus on, isn't it? Function. Everything on this channel is about function. Let me give you some blade statistics. We're deep into the video, and I apologize about that. This is the CLINCH River Swayback. It was designed by Andy Armstrong. It's made of D2 steel. It's just under 1/8 inch thick. The blade thickness is just under 1/8. The overall length is 7.125 inches. The blade length is 3.125 inches. The cutting edge is 2.5 inches. And the blade width at its widest point is 5/8 inches. Now, the knife closed is 4 inches, which means the handle is 4 inches. The inner grip, I measured it twice. One, when you just go to kind of the little guard at the top, is 3.5 inches. But it's an open bottom, so you can still, even if you wrap that fourth finger underneath, you can get it. But here's the deal. This knife is set up to use that choil. So when you add the choil in, the inner grip then becomes 4.5 inches, right? Any hand on this planet can handle this knife. The back of the blade is well, it's not, you know what? The spine is not, it's close to 90, but it's not uncomfortable. Like, it's not rounded. It's not smooth. It's got a little edge there. It wouldn't take much to put a solid 90 on it. It's got a false swedge. It's got a nice fingernail pull there. I don't know what the hell that's called. I'm sorry about that. It's got some great bolsters. It actually lines up very, very well when it's closed. Everything looks top notch on this knife. That's one thing, man, about ROSECRAFT with all their knives, but especially their traditional stuff, the details. The devil's in the details. And man, what a beautiful, gorgeous knife. Now, throughout this demonstration, let's just talk about it some. And again, I'm sorry I had to turn the background noise off. Right here, we're just doing, this is one of my favorite things. We're just zipping through some zip ties, popping them right off of there, no damage to the edge. The thing that I found myself with this knife is I had to be very, very careful, because I could have run this review to about an hour. I'm dead serious. Now, I would have ran out of stuff to say, but I could have literally, and when I'm done with the narration, honestly, what I'm going to do is go back to slicing up some more fat wood. Now, watch this thing right here. Just get some beautiful slices. That's a piece of old, I think, old piece of 4x4 or something. It's been out there in the water and the wet, and you can just see the way this knife takes off chunks. And again, the handle is so conducive to use. It's unbelievable. Great for sliding in your pocket. And if I didn't, listen, if I didn't sandblast and powder coat, and good Lord willing, there's coming a day when I swap jobs, if I didn't do that, I'd have a traditional from ROSECRAFT in my blade in my pocket every day. And it would probably rotate between this one and the Appalachian Jack, if you want the truth. Right here, here's that polypropylene rope. No problem getting through it. I tried to cut as much stuff up in this video as I can. I always do. But I always try to put a good bit of wear on the edge. And then I like to see how it holds up at the end. Now, the one thing that I did not do is I did not come back and slice paper. I meant to do that. I didn't do it. I might do it in a short before I hone it back up. In fact, I'll put out a short with the sharpness of the knife before I strop it or do anything like that. The edge held up very, very well. It didn't have any chipping. It didn't have any rolling. It didn't have anything like that. The knife is just badass. I want to take a quick second, guys. We've got about a minute and a half left. Shout out to Pete, the Jersey knife guy. If you want to know something about slip joints, or you want to see a badass slip joint collection, go check out Pete. Awesome dude, awesome channel. He puts in the work. Love that guy. Donnie B All Day, check him out. Like I said, I'll link in the description his video of this knife. Joe's JS Bladecraft, awesome channel. There's a couple new channels. Ken Faulkner. Check out Ken. He's a phenomenal community guy. That's his channel name, Ken Faulkner. And then there's one, The Old Man. Check him out. Great and there's a ton of them. Grugsy, Legion Tactical, What's the Point EDC, Running with Knives, Big J's Knives, Saw Grunt. I could go on and on and on. And I try not to do that because I don't want to leave people out. Now, right here, I use the Old Man pinch grip. Okay, Boston Blades is another great one. See, I'll sit here and I might start another channel where I don't do anything but shout people out. Now watch right here. I load them into a false sense of security there with 2 misses. Did that on purpose, then come back. Every time this Wharncliffe blade hit that bottle, it sliced it. And then a quick stab. That Old Man pinch grip is badass, just like old Scab. I'm Scab, you're not, and I'm gone, son.